Skills that were born in the woods, where strength, speed, and toughness define success. The same skills on display today by the best lumberjack sports competitors in the nation.
Oh!
Well, at this point, Matt is one of the best underhand cutters in the country right now.
Jamie Koger won it last year, Arden Koger Jr.
There are a lot of young, strong competitors that are coming after me, and I know that.
In this sport, definitely experience pays off.
But funny things happen in the steel finals.
Tough competition has brought the 10 best here today to vie for the title of U.S. champion and the chance to represent their country at the World Championships in Germany.
Time and valuable ramp points are just ticking away. Oh, man.
My underhands are outstanding. I'm in a zone right now.
With a good cut, there's no one that'll beat me.
It's the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Series presented by Ram 2013 edition, the U.S. Championship. And for the second year in a row, we welcome you to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and this great facility, the Lumberjack Feud. A great, great place, and we'll learn more about it during the course of the day. 20 competitors have qualified, and we are down to 10. They've come from all over. I'm Tommy Sanders along with Kevin Holtz. And Kevin, this is the big one. The Ram 1500 truck, and all the bragging rights are on the line.
Yeah, and I've got three names coming to mind. Two of them happen to end with Koger. Arden Koger Jr. and Matt Koger. I think we're going to see the cousins Koger duking it out. I got to be honest, I'm a little worried about Arden this year. He seems unsettled. He doesn't seem like he's his usual self, calm, cool, collected, confident. And I tell you what that'll open the door for, guys like Dave Jewett, who have been coming on stronger in their chopping this season than I've seen in a long time. Watch for one of those three to really rise to the top.
All right, we have 6 events, 6 disciplines, 3 chopping disciplines and 3 sawing disciplines. We're going to open it up with chopping, and this is a tough one, the springboard chop. The 2 members of multi-generational competing families here in this heat of the springboard chop. Mel Lentz, who was here with his son Jason Lentz, who almost made it into this final field, was a field of 20 on semifinal day. And Matt Koger, whose father Paul Koger, also a part of that 20-man field. Paul did not make it either, but these two guys, of course, Mel Lentz, the American legend, and Matt Koger, the former college competitor who's made a pretty easy transition to the pro game.
Yeah, it's been a natural fit for Matt Koger, and this is an interesting dynamic in this heat. You've got Mel Lentz. His most recent championship was just going on 3 years ago now. Matt Koger does not have a championship under his belt, but his cousin Arden Koger Jr. has 2 under his belt. Oh, and trouble for Mel Lentz. I can't believe he's going to stick with that. He knows better than this. He's going to go down and fix that.
Yeah, bad board hole.
But here we go at the 40-second mark. Matt Koger is wading into this block. Remember, we want to see the top athletes under that 1-minute mark. He is out of wood on the front side, turning and looking to cut this off somewhere in the 57-second range.
Oh, he gets better
53.
than that.
Matt Koger already to the back side of this block. 3 or 4 solid hits from a switch-handed chopper. Drives off the top of this block. A fist pump for Matt Koger. That's the way to start your day.
And Matt Koger's official time, 53.63. A great start for him in this championship competition.
Well, you're doing something that most people never saw before. You're chopping in the air. You're up there on top of that platform. You're swinging razor sharp axe that, something you can shave with. And, well, if that isn't dangerous, I don't know what is.
Yeah, dangerous enough. Check out Walt Page from an earlier heat. His board set fails. Manages to control that axe. If he had lost control of it, that would have been a super dangerous situation. Ready to go now with our final heat of the springboard competition now. The 2 top qualifying times from our semifinal round belong to this man, Carson Bosworth, from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, originally from out west in Idaho. About 20 years experience with the STIHL Timbersports Series. Ditto for Dave Jewett, been around for a good long while, has been coming into his own forever. Needs to seal the deal one time at one of these things. 55-06 in the semifinals for Dave Jewett. Two tough guys going up against each other.
Yeah, Dave Jewett gets a lot of attention. He gets a lot of talk. Carson Bosworth, not so much. And he might be the most underrepresented competitor we've got in the field here today. He is strong. He is consistent. And he just is, he's there. And I think because he's there so often, people just forget about him. This is an event, though, where he can pick up some Ram points and really set a name for himself. Dave Jewett just got a pole transplant to go along with his kidney transplant. And this thing looks like it's working well for him. It looks a little rough and rowdy, but he seems to be making it work. Good, clean board sets. Carson Bosworth just about a pocket behind him. He's going to have to work hard to make that up in the top. Our best time so far, around 53 seconds.
Dave Jewett along with Arden Coger Jr., certainly one of the two favorites to take it all here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Coming up on the 40-second mark, which will leave him about 13 seconds.
This is where I get worried about Dave Jewett. He's been getting lost at this point of the block. He starts to go, and there you can see it. The pace is falling off a little bit. He kind of starts pecking away at the middle of the block. He's looking better than he has in recent past. A big front face. Won't take much to slash that off. Carson Bosworth, though, turning right on his heels.
There goes Jewett, under 60 seconds. That's a good effort for him. Carson Bosworth, very close. One more hit should do it.
So again, there's further evidence. Carson Bosworth, he's not under a minute, but he's not far over a minute either. He's just right there. He's gobbling up those Ram points as he goes.
Again, Dave Jewett, definitely one of the co-favorites heading into this competition, along with Arden Coger Jr. Jewett grabs second place points. Arden Coger Jr. third place points, but what a start for Matt Coger. Don't count him out as well. Some great competition going on, and we will continue from the STIHL Timbersports Series U.S. Championships presented by Ram when we return.
We are STIHL, German-engineered chainsaws and landscape products.
The majority of which are made here in America by Americans.
And exported to over 90 countries around the world.
Find out why STIHL is #1 in America at stihlusa.com.
The STIHL Timbersports Series is brought to you by Ram, official truck of the STIHL Timbersports Series. Guts, glory, Ram. And by STIHL, the #1 selling brand of chainsaws worldwide.
Well, plenty of action so far, and of course we've got some candidates for our Ram Guts and Glory moment. You probably have some as well. Why don't you let us know about it? Tweet at Timbersports. Use the hashtag Guts and Glory and keep updating throughout the program because there's much more to come. We got our first chop down, ready to get our next sawing event underway, and that's going to be the stock saw. First heat of the stock saw, our first sawing event, going to be Mike Forrester of Oregon going up against Mike Slingerland, two solid saw operators.
Yeah, the Mike and Mike show, both these guys, as you mentioned, great saw operators. Slingerland is an exceptional technician. He really works at this event. He really trains this event. And a lot of guys in the Mid-Atlantic look to Mike Slingerland as a coach in this event. Listen to the consistency of both of these operators. They are pushing these saws into that maximum or optimal torque curve. In this case, it's advantage Slingerland. They did not waste an RPM. They did not waste a nanosecond. That's exceptional quality sawing.
Well, Mike Slingerland with a time just under 11.5 seconds. He is going to take the top points in the stock saw, and a good performance for him as well in the springboard. So Mike Slingerland now in second place in Ram overall points.
Well, that overall placement, that won't last. I'm pretty much an underdog. Not quite a strong enough chopper to beat these big guns on a consistent basis, you know. I got to get lucky a lot.
Well, 4 more events left on the card, 2 chopping, 2 sawing. We've got a chopping event for you right now. We are ready to go with the standing block. Mike Forrester, a little lackluster so far in Ram overall points, going up against Mike Slingerland, currently tied coming into the standing block. Both these guys accomplished standing block choppers. Let's see who prevails in this heat.
All right, gentlemen, timers ready, contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Both these guys following the same hit pattern. They open 1 and 1 and then go into a 4-hit rotation, driving into those corners. Mike Forrester gets a foot on a chip, almost goes down to the stage. We've got a really close heat race going on here.
Forrester going to be easily taking Slingerland in this one.
Look at the caulks on Mike Forrester's shoes, grabbing that wood chip. He gathers himself up and gets the job done to the backside of this block.
I caught myself just in time. I don't know what really happened. I guess I got a chip under my foot, but boy, I thought I was going down. I'm glad the chip didn't stick on my foot, and had to change my pattern a little bit in the back. And it took a couple more hits than I was planning on, but clean cut otherwise.
Share the same last name, and they are 1 and 2. And Ram overall points coming into the standing block in the foreground. First place, Matt Koger going up against defending champion Arden Koger Jr.
Right now, our time to beat held by Forrester with Jewett right on his heels, right around 20 seconds flat. Either one of these guys, the cousins Koger, could best that time and wind up in the 18-19 second range. Matt did a little more work in the front. I think he's got a slightly better stick of wood. Here it goes, it's wiggling for Matt.
Matt Koger finishes a couple of hits ahead of Arden Koger. That's going to be good enough for third place for him in the standing block chop, and more importantly, gives him a little more distance, a little more pad ahead of Arden Koger Jr. Matt Koger holding on to that top spot in the points race. Arden Koger Jr. now 6 points behind him, but watch Dave Jewett. He's the guy who's making the move at this point.
The distances aren't getting shorter. The trucks are going farther. The 2013 Ram 1500 with best-in-class fuel economy, engineered to move heaven and earth. Guts, glory, Ram. The new Ram 1500, Motor Trend's 2013 Truck of the Year.
Watching the U.S. Championships of the STIHL Timbersports Series presented by Ram. We continue on from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, here in the Smoky Mountains, this excellent facility. The Lumberjack Feud, our backdrop as we move on through our disciplines today, getting into the all-important single buck in just a moment here. Got our eyes on Dave Jewett. Great start to his day, good effort in the springboard chop, but look what happens to him in the stock saw. Grabs the chain break, finishes in last place, only picks up a single point. Dave Jewett, though, is known as one of the best comeback artists in the business, and he starts his comeback with the standing block chop. He's also known as one of the greatest single buck cutters in the country. He's going up against another guy who fits that description.
It was down in this region, down around Pigeon Forge, about 4 years ago. David Moses came all this way for a big world championship single buck event that was down here, and I came down as a favorite, and Dave Moses beat me. He won the whole thing. He beat myself, he beat Arden Koger Jr., so something about this region brings out the best in David Moses' single buck, but with a good cut, there's no one that'll beat me.
Final matchup in the single buck. It's going to be Dave Jewett versus David Moses, and Kevin, these guys have some good recent history, competitive history in this event.
Oh, yeah, David Moses has, in the past maybe 2 or 3 years, really established himself as a single buck sawyer. This is going to be an absolute throwdown slash fest. You look at the points race right now. This is a go-time moment for Dave Jewett.
All right, gentlemen, timers ready, contestants ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Both these guys with really flat starts. Dave Jewett bringing some speed. Ran his saw really well yesterday, but said it wasn't aggressive enough. Today he's running the saw of his wedger, Mike Sullivan. A little more aggressive, and he's bringing it!
Oh, he's going to be a fast time. That's going to be good enough to win it.
In this event, in this day, on this wood, it's advantage Jewett.
A sub 13-second time gives Dave Jewett the win in the single buck. That is helping to fuel his comeback and Ram overall points, and now he finds himself in second place as we head into our last chopping event of the day, the underhand. 5 points separating these two in Ram overall points with 2 events left in this championship competition. Matt Koger on top with 31 Ram points. Arden Koger with 26 in third place. Meaningful heat here in the underhand.
5 points with 2 disciplines left. He doesn't just need to beat Matt in this heat, he needs to destroy Matt in this heat. If Matt cuts this cleanly, he may lose to Arden, but it might be just by a position or 2, and that's not gonna be a big deal. Oh my gosh, Arden is around already.
Around first, got hung up right there at the start of that. He destroyed the field yesterday. He's not going quite as heavy this time.
Coming up on the 20-second mark.
Got it.
Wow, Arden Koger Jr., and there we go. There's Matt, he's about 2 seconds behind. That's okay. Arden Koger Jr. has been cutting exceptional underhands. He did an immense job yesterday. He crushed it here last year, and that's just another example of the kind of underhand cuts that this man is capable of right now.
Koger Jr. shading Matt Koger there. He gets the win in the underhand, but the important thing is it is just that, a win only. He needed to put some distance. He needed guys to finish between him and Matt Koger. So Arden Koger Jr. not yet completely eliminated as we head into the most unpredictable event of the day, the hot saw, coming next.
We are so thankful to be hosting the STIHL Timbersports Championship here this weekend at the Lumberjack Feud in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. You know, we do lumberjack sports all year round. We have a show of ironjack lumberjacks that do speed climbing, log rolling, axe throwing, along with chopping and sawing. And we got some world-class timber dogs here, so it's a lot of fun for the people that see our show to come and watch some of the best choppers and sawyers in the country. It's funny how the traditional way to log back in the 1930s created the sport that we're doing here. And also in STIHL Timbersports Series, very, very fascinating how the sport has turned from real life application to a competition where families can come and sit and enjoy and be entertained just like you guys are being entertained now.
Born from the elements, destined to take them over. The Sirius XM satellite radio in the 2013 Ram 1500. Engineered to move heaven and earth. Guts, glory, Ram. The new Ram 1500. Motor Trend's 2013 Truck of the Year.
So for most two-cycle engines, you set the switch to on, set the choke, prime it, then you pull the cord.
Cool, thanks. Okay, sir, I got it all figured out. You gotta switch it to on, pull the choke. What?
When you're ready for outdoor power equipment, assembled, sold, and serviced by real experts, you're ready for a STIHL.
The STIHL Timbersports Series is brought to you by Ram, official truck of the STIHL Timbersports Series. Guts, glory, Ram. And by STIHL, the #1 selling brand of chainsaws worldwide.
As always, it comes down to this at the end of the day. STIHL Timbersports, presented by Ram U.S. Championships, and it all rests on these fickle and very, very powerful machines known as the hot saw.
Yeah, fickle is the operative word here. There are more variables that can possibly go wrong in this particular discipline than any of the disciplines here with the STIHL Timbersports Series presented by Ram. Watch the pre-flight checklist these guys are going to go through. They're going to make sure their primer bulb is on. They choked the saw. They've pushed in their decompression valves. The ignition switch is on. The tether is on their throwaway starter cord. 60 pounds and 60-plus horsepower about to be unleashed on this white pine.
Mike Forrester versus Arden Koger Jr. Arden Koger Jr. needs to finish 4 points ahead of Matthew Koger in order to tie for the win here at the U.S. Championships. Needs to finish 5 places ahead if he wants to outright clinch the defense of his title.
You know, Matthew, I had close golf to him. I don't think I can catch him, but stranger things have happened. It's not my strong event, and so honestly, I'm just going to make a sure run. I'm not going to try anything crazy. You know, I just want to get a decent place.
This is a hot saw cut that is fraught with all sorts of dangers to begin with. All sorts of anxieties come every time you step to the line in this particular discipline. But now, for Arden Koger, he's got everything on his mind, every bit of pressure he could possibly feel.
There's so many things going through his head right now, and the least of which is the fact he needs 5 points over his cousin. Clean, but not exceptionally fast. Both he and Forrester are right around that 7-second range, the upper 6s maybe. And I tell you what, that's good, that's clean, that's quality cutting.
No, not a clean cut. Thrown the flag there, he cut over the line. He is out of this competition.
He's been a great competitor. I mean, for over the past so many years, it's just been like tough to try to go after him and beat him. And to come up there in the last 4 years in STIHL Timbersports and be able to, beat him here and there, I mean, I just can't explain how awesome that feeling really is.
Oh, the DQ by Arden Koger Jr. just took a ton of pressure off of Matt Koger. He went from having to place well from now literally just having to get in 3 cuts.
Almost the ultimate heat of the day right here. The story for these two, Matt Koger, our leader in Ram overall points. He has to make 3 full cuts. He is in as our champion for 2013. He's up against Mike Slingerland, 10 points back. Should Matt Koger fail to complete 3 cuts, get no time, Slingerland wins the event, cuts fast enough to win, then the 2 would tie.
Happy anniversary, says Mike Slingerland as he waves to Barb in the crowd. We'll see how happy this anniversary is here in about 7 seconds.
Boy, could be immensely happy. Matt Koger doing exactly what he had to do.
And everything derailing for Mike Slingerland. Incomplete discs, chain off the saw, double fist pump from Matt Koger. That man just won himself a truck.
Well, Dave Jewett could win the event in the next heat, but it wouldn't matter. Matt Koger with 3 complete cuts has put enough hay in the barn to win this one here. The United States Championship of the STIHL Timbersports Series goes to Matt Koger.
A big round of applause for Matt Koger.
What an impressive day for Matt Koger. What a milestone in his still young professional career. He wins the championship here, tied behind him Arden Koger Jr. and Mike Forrester.
It's time for the Ram Guts and Glory moment.
But here we go at the 40-second mark. Matt Koger is wading into this block. Remember, we want to see the top athletes under that 1-minute mark. He is out of wood on the front side, turning and drives off the top of this block. A fist pump from Matt Koger. That's the way to start your day.
The Ram Guts and Glory moment. Guts, Glory, Ram.
Family, let's hear it for your 2013 U.S. STIHL Timbersports champion, Matt Koger.
Matt, sometimes a young guy, just getting his career going needs some good encouragement to keep things positive. I think you got all the encouragement you could ever need here today.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't get any more encouragement from my father. I mean, he's been there the entire way, and I mean, it's kind of special.
Yeah.
So.
This is a title that you've been aware of almost all your life, haven't you?
I mean, I grew up watching the sport ever since I was young, and I mean, watching you, and I was like, man, I'd like to meet that guy. and then to actually be on screen was actually something special, and then be here and win this. I mean, I can't explain it with words. I mean, I'm so grateful to be here.
It's an outstanding job. Have something that goes with this deal here. It's the keys to the Ram truck. I'm sure you'll accept those. And yeah. Take it to Europe, represent for the United States, bring us home a win from there, and we'll see you next year, Matt Koger.
Appreciate it.
All right. One more time. Let's hear it for him.
champion. A big round of applause for Matt Cogar.